So the developing story over the last 24 hours is the Los Angeles Lakers are likely to let Frank Vogel, their current head coach, go as the season is nearing its end. The Lakers ain't making the playoffs. They are awful. They're about to be eliminated from contention. You know, I, as a Los Angeles Lakers diehard, I feel a way about the Lakers making a decision to split from Frank Vogel. I got to be 100% real with you guys. I don't like it. If you're asking me straight up and down, can I justify or stand up or take up for the job that Frank Vogel has done this year? I can't. You know, with the talent that has been present on the roster, I know the Lakers have had a ton of injuries. Even then, though, the Lakers should be able to beat Detroit on a random Tuesday night. They should be able to put away the Houston Rockets by the end of the third quarter. Because I'm watching teams that have a lot less talent do those things, right? The bad, awful teams at the bottom that's payrolls are significantly less than the Lakers. Like, the Lakers are supposed to be able to put away the Rockets with LeBron, THT, Russell Westbrook, and Dwight Howard alone. That should be enough, especially with a scorer like Malik Monk. You should not be having problems with the Rockets, the Oklahoma City Thunder. I mean, these teams are trying to lose games. Having problems with the Portland Trail Blazers, no Nurkic, no Dame, no CJ. Like, that's ridiculous. That is ridiculous. The Lakers are having problems beating the teams that are intentionally tanking. The problem with that with the Lakers is they don't have any picks. They gave them all away for street clothes AD. But for me, though, even though I can't take up for Frank Vogel's job that he's done this year, it's been bad. He's been bad. His thing is defense, and the Lakers have not played any defense. They're the worst in the league, in my estimation, the defense. I got to be real with you guys. I feel a way letting Frank Vogel go for a multitude of reasons. Number one being, I can't name a coach out there that I'd rather have coached this team. The rumors are the Lakers are interested in the Philadelphia 76ers current head coach, Doc Rivers. Assuming Philadelphia gets bounced in the first round, James Harden, if he doesn't want Doc to be the coach, we know Doc's starting to call out the bearded one. If he don't want Doc to be the coach, Doc will be out of there after this year. They're going to get somebody else in there in Philadelphia. Quinn Snyder, the head coach of the Utah Jazz, it's starting to feel like something's brewing between Donovan Mitchell and Rudy Gobert again. I'm not 100% sure if Quinn will be back with Utah next year. I would like him as a Lakers head coach, but if you're asking me, do I want Quinn over Frank? No, I'm cool with I am cool with Coach Vogel. I heard Mike D'Antoni's name out there. Please do not bring that man back to L.A. That was awful when we did that experiment first time around in Kobe's last days as a Laker. Look, if you want me to be real with you guys, bluntly honest with you guys, I'd rather get rid of Anthony Davis before I move off of Frank Vogel. I don't think Frank deserves the bulk of the blame for this Lakers team. If you want to give LeBron a little bit of it, I'm fine with that. Anthony Davis deserves a big chunk of it. Russell Westbrook wasn't a big fit. I don't even want to blame Westbrook no more. I'm tired of doing that. It's not his fault. He brought exactly who he was to the table. I want to give more of this blame to Rob Pelinka. Can Jeannie fire him? She ain't going to do that. You got to remember, Jeannie Buss, the current owner of the Los Angeles Lakers, she's got a relationship with Rob Pelinka through Kobe. Keep in mind, Kobe, obviously a close friend of Jeannie's when he was there as a player. Also, post his playing days. Obviously, Kobe passing away. I'm sure there's probably a little added pressure on Jeannie to keep Kobe's former agent, Rob Pelinka, around. Let's be real about it. Let's have the conversation. We're humans. Rob Pelinka, again, being close to Kobe, helping the Lakers win a championship a couple years. He's probably safe. And they're probably going to scapegoat Vogel at least for one more year before Jeannie makes a tough decision on Rob. I'm looking at this Los Angeles Lakers roster, though. This is me. I'm looking at this team, right? And it's tough to really give Frank some blame for the overall awfulness of this team when I'm looking at guys on this roster that literally wouldn't be in the league if the Lakers didn't pick them up. I'm going to go through my handful of guys that I'm not saying that they wouldn't be in the league. I'm saying there is a question mark if these guys will play basketball next season. Y'all want to do this with me? Okay. Gabriel. The Lakers picked him up. Winston Gabriel. They picked him up off the street. I don't know if Gabriel will be in the league next year. He plays hard. Give him credit. Stanley Johnson. He's been a jewel for this Lakers team. But I don't believe Stanley Johnson would have gotten a call from any other team this year. I could be wrong. I don't know if anybody was calling Stanley Johnson. We made the call in December, and heck, he's been one of our starters most of the year. Kent Bazemore. I don't think Kent Bazemore is going to be around in the NBA after this deal is up with the Lakers. I can just go up and down. Seriously here. Carmelo Anthony. I think Melo's been pretty darn good, all things considered, for the Lakers. He got off to a hot start, has struggled throughout the season. I don't think Carmelo's going to be in the league unless the Lakers pick him back up next year. I think his days are over. This probably is the last ride for Melo, unless LeBron makes it a point of emphasis to say, I want Melo back next year. We'll see. I love Dwight Howard. I want y'all to be clear. I'm a big Dwight Howard fan. Dwight Howard is down to his last 1 or 2 opportunities in the NBA. I'm at 5 guys right now, y'all. DJ Augustine is getting significant minutes for the Lakers. I think DJ Augustine thought his career was done. The rookie, Reeves, I think he's got a chance at being a good player, but is there a guarantee Austin Reeves is going to be around next year? No. No, there's not a guarantee about that. I'm at 7 guys, y'all. Russell Westbrook. I know this seems far-fetched. He's a first-ballot Hall of Famer, still athletically gifted. Don't be surprised if John Wall didn't play this year. Don't be surprised if the Lakers are able to make a trade for Russell Westbrook. If the team doesn't John Wall Westbrook next year, meaning he's on their roster technically, but they never let him play a minute just because with Brody on your team, he might can help you win a couple more games. If you're trying to tank, you know, with Westbrook on your team, he might be a little detrimental to the locker room. We're at 8 guys. I literally don't even have my phone or my computer in front of me right now in regards to this Lakers team. Off the top of the head, I'm at 8 guys that have gotten minutes in this Lakers rotation this year that I'm not 100% sure will get clocked. Kendrick Nunn. This man missed a season with a bone bruise. He bumped his knee on a table and has missed the whole season. We're at 9 guys. We had DeAndre Jordan. His days may be numbered in the NBA. He was on that roster for most of the season. I'm at 10 guys. This is not good. Rob Pelinka deserves more blame than Frank Vogel for this awful roster that was put together. It is a bunch of guys that no other team wanted. And a lot of these guys are big names. They were stars most of their life. Dwight, LeBron, AD, as great as they are, can you really get them to commit to playing defense this point in LeBron's career, this point at where Anthony Davis' body at? Carmelo Anthony, larger-than-life superstar. Russell Westbrook's name and ego, larger than life. Guys like Trevor Ariza, I'm not sure if he'll be in the league. That's number 11. I don't know if that guy will be in the league at this point in his career next year. I think he will get another shot. I'm not 100% sure after what he put on the court for the Lakers this year. We're at 11 guys, y'all. This was an awful season. And I'd rather have Frank Vogel than Doc. Quinn is a question mark. I like Quinn Snyder. But definitely over Doc. And definitely for damn sure over Mike D'Antoni, who keeps getting jobs. I'm mad about this Frank Vogel situation. I'm messed up about it. I think he's being scapegoated for a team that never wanted to play defense for a defensive-minded coach. I don't like it. I'd rather us move off pretty much everybody not named LeBron if we could keep Frank Vogel.